Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good day to our lecturer Dr. Ruslaina binti Haji Yusof. We are from Group 6 class CS2491A. Today we will be presenting our group project 1 for ACC407 titled Financial Accounting and Reporting of a Sole Proprietorship or Partnership Business. For this project, our group has chosen a business named Classical Toys. Therefore, today's presentation will focus on the financial accounting and reporting of Classical Toys. Let me first introduce the members of our group. Starting from the right, Ainul Izzati binti Aminuddin, followed by Fatin Nurdiana binti Muhammad Nizam, then Nurin Nadiah binti Rahim, and lastly myself, Najwa Nazira binti Muhammad Nazir. To begin our presentation, let's look at the visual overview of Classical Toys. Please enjoy the video we have prepared.
It's all gonna be good. So breathe like you know you should. Yeah, breathe till you've understood. Until you feel it like it's up again. Feel the sunlight on your skin. Keep your heartbeat beating. Go on, breathe in.
Alright, there was a brief view of Classical Toys. Interesting, right? Now, let me explain in more detail about the background of this business. Okay, the name of this business is Classical Toys Tanah Merah, and it operates as a sole proprietorship, meaning it is owned and managed by a single individual. The business is located at PT317, Jalan Klinik Kanan Taman Masjid 17500 Tanah Merah, Kelantan, which is near the main mosque of Tanah Merah. Okay, the business is owned and managed by Puan Raudah binti Nur Hisham, who started operating it at the end of 2016. In the beginning, she managed the business under the guidance of a leader, and during that time, the business known as ABS Toys Tanah Merah. After 2 years, in 2018, Puan Raudah began managing the business independently and changed the name to Classical Toys Tanah Merah. Okay, next, the capital contribution. To start the business, Puan Raudah used her personal savings amounting to 3,000 ringgit Malaysia as the initial capital. The capital was used for renting the premise, purchasing display racks, preparing shop necessities, and buying initial product stock. Next, the business activities. The main activities of a Classical Toys include selling electric bicycles, electric toy cars, electric toy motorcycles, as well as adults and children's bicycles, and also other children's toys. In addition, the shop also provides installation and repair services for electric bicycles. Classical Toys adopts the slogan "Belajar dalam bermain" as the toys sold not only serve as entertainment but also provide educational value and benefits, especially for children.
Thank you, Najwa. Now we will talk about business characteristic of Classical Toys. As a sole proprietorship, Classical Toys fulfill all of the key business characteristics like proper registered under SSM, owner contributed capital, full managerial and operational control, unlimited liability, and also adherence to fundamentals of account. Don't worry, I will explain all of the key characteristics one by one. First and foremost, business registration. Classical Toys is a sole proprietorship with the registered address PT317, Jalan Klinik, Tanah Merah, Kelantan. Classical Toys began operations at the end of 2016 and then continued actively until 2018 before expanded and maintained under the same ownership. This business actually sticks to legal obligations like business tax filing, annual submissions, and also maintain accurate financial records. Most importantly, Classical Toys registered under the Companies Commission of Malaysia (SSM), and they meet all of the regulatory requirements like annual reporting to the HDN and 7-year record keeping. Number 2, capital and business ownership. Class Tortoise was fully owned and managed by Puan Raudah binti Nur Hisham together with her husband, assisting in operations under sole proprietorship practice. As what Najwa said just now, Class Tortoise was funded through an initial capital of RM30,000, sourced entirely from the owner's personal savings. Surprisingly, no bank loans were taken and also no external financing were taken to start the business. As we all know, for sole proprietorship, all profits generated exclusively to the owner, but the risks are self-supported. Third is management and control. This business is handled entirely by the owner. She is responsible for the activities like stock management, customer service, financial records, and also administrative activity. This business initially utilized with handwritten record books, followed by POS system, which is point of sale, which is an application, until 2021. However, because of the problems like system issues and cost consideration, because POS system actually is an application that needs to be paid every month, so they start to rely on Microsoft Excel, and then the data are stored in the Google Drive. And then because of that, all updates are recorded manually in the Microsoft Excel. So even so, she still prepares a trial balance each month and updates the ledger daily. However, because of this problem, she started to plan to return to using POS system in the future. For information, this business operating hours is from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. What is liability? As a sole proprietorship, this business carries unlimited liability. So it means that the owner have to face all of the obligations of the business. And then, as we commonly know, this business has no operational liabilities. So it means that they didn't take any business loan and they also didn't buy goods on credit. And then they operate in 2 shop lots that were bought using bank loan. So it is the only long-term liability for this business. And then they does not allow customer to buy on credit, especially for e-bike. So the customer need to make a full payment before they can take the item. And then the last one for business characteristics is books of account. Class Tortoise maintain a detailed set of accounting record despite having to operate manually. All of the data like daily expenses, stock movement, and etc. are saved through Excel spreadsheets. The manual stock deductions are performed after each sale, and overall stock levels are updated monthly. And then they separate their worksheets for expenses like utilities, repairs, suppliers, and etc. And then on the right side of this slide is 9 items that were written in the Excel spreadsheet. So based on this information, we can assume that this business actually have a very effective records of accounting. Now, let's move to the classification of business items, which is type of asset, equity, revenues, liabilities, and expenses. The first one, asset. What is asset? Asset is something you own that adds financial value to it. It is divided by 2, which is current asset and non-current asset. For current asset, Class Tortoise have cash on hand, cash kept in the business bank account, and also inventories of toys and e-bikes. All of these items' value changes from time to time depending on the daily sales and also stock purchases. For non-current asset, Class Tortoise have 2 shop buildings that are still under a bank loan, and then other equipment that are used for daily business, which is racks, shelves, computer, printer, and CCTV system. All of these items are used in a long period of time to support the business. And then the next one is liabilities. Liabilities are like a debt. So for Class Tortoise, it has a very few liabilities because like I said before, they didn't have a business loan and also they didn't buy goods on credit. So it means that they have no operational liabilities. The only liabilities that they have is actually the 2 shop lots that were still on a bank loan. So it means that it is a long-term liability. And then they didn't have a trade creditors because they didn't purchase goods on credit. So and then for suppliers, it is not fixed because it is mainly from China and also Kuala Lumpur. And then for the last one, they have no customer debts because they didn't allow the customer to buy goods on credit. And then owner's equity. In simple terms, owner's equity is defined by the money invested by the owner minus money that were taken out by the owner. So for Clasco Toys, it is an initial capital of 30,000 ringgit, which was fully funded by the owner using personal savings. So there were no additional capital contributions by the owner after the business began. Other than that, owner's equity continues to increase from the profit based on the sales increment. And then the business profit formerly eligible for tax, but now it is currently below taxable threshold. And then for revenues are actually an income that company gets regularly. So for this business, they earn revenue mainly from e-bikes and also toys. So e-bikes are sold within the price range of 1,500 ringgit to 1,700 ringgit. So their average daily sales is 700 to 1,000 ringgit and monthly income reaching 20,000 ringgit. Also, they gain revenue from marketing on Facebook and TikTok and also occasional in-store promotion. They also provide free service offered to customer in case the product are damaged. But if they need additional tools, they can also buy somewhere else or they can ask Clasco Toys to buy for them. Last but not least is expenses. Like a normal business, Clasco Toys also have regular expenses each month. These include Unify, electricity bill, water bill, telephone line, employee salary, repair and maintenance costs, cost of goods purchased from supplier, business tax and other miscellaneous operating expenses. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you for my friends. So we already know about the business background, characteristic of business, types of assets, liabilities, equity, revenue, and expenses. So what I am going to talk about is the recording process carried out in Clasco Toys Tanah Merah. As you can see from this slide, is shown a systematic journey follow the accounting process to ensure the financial is clear and accurate. So, there are 6 stages in accounting cycle, which are transaction, source of document, journal entries, ledgers, trial balance, and lastly is financial statement. I am going to explain it step by step. It all starts with a transition. In this business, this means a customer buying a toy with a cash, purchasing inventory, or paying an expenses. Each of these is financial events that need to be recorded. Next step is having source of document. These are the paper trails of the business. For Clasco Toys, it mainly include invoice and receipt. All of these documents from the source of document, it will create journal entries. Follow double entries accounting principle. It will ensure every transaction has equal debits and credits, which helps prevent any error. To easy management, all of these entries will be recorded in Microsoft Excel. Next is ledger, where all of those journal entries will be transferred. Ledgers is a collection of individual accounts like assets, liability, revenue, and expenses. The ledger will give all the summary of the activities and will be updated every single day. At the end of each month, prepare a trial balance to check the accuracy. It's a list of all the accounting balance from the ledger to make sure that all the total debits and credits are equal. It's a virtual internal check before a final phase. Last but not least, using the accurate trial balance data, the owner prepared the financial statements. This gives the owner picture of an overview of the business, financial performance, position, and cash flow, helping determine the profit and loss for the month. To ensure everything is safe, all the data is consistently backed up on the Google Drive. To conclude, by following this complete systematic process, Kelasco Toys maintain the accurate financial records for running the business smoothly.
Next, we will see the strengths and weaknesses of using Microsoft Excel as recording process. So, for the strength, the first one is zero cost. Why it is considered as zero cost? Because Excel can be used entirely for free. User can create an edit spreadsheet, create simple graph and charts, and even to-do lists, unless for the advanced feature. But advanced feature is rarely used by small business like sole proprietorship. However, it is still cheaper than an average accounting software. Next, the second strength is flexible. Excel is flexible because user can design their own template, and the best part is user can create separate sheet for all financial categories. For example, the first sheet is for asset, and next sheet is specifically for liabilities, and next expenses, sales, and so on. And the last strength is easy data sharing and storage. Excel is easy to share and also easy to keep it safely. The Excel files can be saved on Google Drive, cloud, and also saved on the desktop. It is important to save it well to prevent data loss. This is because during our interview with the business owner, which is the owner of Kelasco Toys, she has mentioned that she once used accounting software called POS system, but suddenly her computer crashed and causing all the data to be lost. So she had to re-enter all the data from the start. But now she used Excel and saved all the files in a specialized Google Drive for backups. Now, what about weaknesses? So the first weakness is limited automation. Owner has to create a template and formula for every spreadsheet. Unlike accounting software, we just have to key in the amount and the system will be done automatically. So Excel will take time and be less efficient for beginners and for daily use. Next, for the second weakness is high risk of human error. Since the owner has to input all the data manually, error like incorrect amount and wrong calculation may occur. Thus, this may affect the business financial planning. Next, the third weakness is low level of security and access control. This is because anyone with the files can access and change it, unless the user added a password. Comparing with accounting software is more secure because it requires login information. So, all the data will be more secure and can prevent data loss. And finally, the last weakness is time consuming. As I mentioned just now, most of the tasks need to be done manually, so it will take time. Plus, if the amount is incorrect, the user has to review all the entries one by one to identify the mistake part. So this could delay the time to prepare financial statement and also affect the business decision making. So finally, in conclusion, implementing an effective financial recording process is crucial for any business as it provides quantitative information. As a sole trader like Kelasco Toys, using Excel as a recording process is a practical choice. However, relying on Excel also comes with consequences. For example, time-consuming and high risk of human error. These factors may affect the accuracy of financial statement and affect the business planning and decision making. But by maximizing the use of Excel, the owner can improve the recording process. This is important to ensure the business continuity and also support the business growth in the future. So that's all from us for Group Project 1 ACC407. So thank you very much. Assalamualaikum.